Hi guys, it's Fairy Truths here, and today I thought it would be really fun to do a video idea that I did get from a subscriber in a comment from last week's video, where I kind of just took you on a day in a fairy's life, a day in the life of a fairy. And obviously I'm not a fairy anymore, and I don't really live that fairy lifestyle anymore, but I definitely incorporate a lot of fairy lifestyle into my personal life. Even though I am no longer living as a fairy, it's still very important to practice the same morals and sort of the same lifestyle as a fairy would. Now, that would be just being kind to people, treating animals and plants with respect like they deserve, and just doing good for everyone. Oh, this is my dog. Whoops. Okay. Also, I just want to say a huge thank you to all of you who have subscribed to my Patreon. I was not expecting that at all. So it's really awesome. I've already got so many ideas of, one, what I'm going to post on there, and two, what I'm going to be sending you guys. So I am really excited. And even if you didn't subscribe to my Patreon, I still appreciate you being a subscriber to my channel as always. And I would never expect you to pay money just to consider you a fan. It's just very fun, and it's very helpful, and it's very cool to have a Patreon and have you guys be my Patreons or patrons. So thank you guys, and be prepared for your packages and your letters and your posts on Patreon. Okay, let's get started with the video. So a fairy starts their day like any normal person by waking up and not sleeping on their back to crush those wings, getting out of bed and starting their day with a healthy breakfast. These include greens, fruits, water, anything natural, milk, healthy cereals, granola. And then you might spend a large portion of your day studying spells, making spells, practicing spells, taking notes on spells, just pretty much anything, fairy school homework, spell making practices, perfecting spells that you've already written before, just anything that's really going to contribute to spell making, or even just making a list of materials that you're going to need in the future for most spells. You know, like fairy dust, you might need dead flower petals for a lot of spells, leaves, charms, fairy pendulums, anything like that. So it's very important to spend a lot of the day just practicing what you do. You know, fairies' whole lives are spells and making spells and performing spells and making the world a better place with those spells. So it's very important to study, do your fairy school homework and your real school homework if you have any. And of course, write down your spells and just day-to-day thoughts that are fairy related. And that is a large part of being a fairy, is a lot of just note-taking, spell making, all of that good stuff. You're going to want to write everything down so that you don't forget anything and that everything is well documented. And as you know, fairies love the outdoors, they love animals, so it's very important to also spend a large portion of your day outside, if not enjoying the outdoors, then getting inspiration from the outdoors and trying to spend time with nature, whether that be plants, animals, other humans, or fairies. It doesn't really matter, but just make sure you're outside getting inspired, or even practicing spells with your friends or family or animals, or even the plants if you don't have anyone in the moment to share those spells with. I also did want to mention that fairies spend a lot of their time not only in nature, but in forests or in wood areas, anything like that. Hi, you just want to be the star of the video, don't you? And I just couldn't find a good forest or woodland area and where I live now. Where I'm from originally, we had so many amazing forests and woods. I spent most of my childhood in those forests and woods just studying fairies and being one with nature and just really getting intuitive with nature and animals and wildlife and the great outdoors and all of that great stuff. And I just remember spending so much time in the woods, and it really just changes your entire perspective on life and your entire outlook on everything that you know. I was so sad when I really just couldn't find even a nature trail would do the trick. And I know there is one somewhere, but I think it's kind of far from where I live. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to visualize that part of the video, but I did just want to say how important it is to be one with nature, even if you just have to sit in your backyard like I did in my video, my backyard. But it's very important to just take that time to not only be with nature, but to be with your individual self, because even though fairies are so giving and so for everyone, there's a lot of self-love that comes with being a fairy, and if you don't have that, it's going to be very difficult for you to successfully do the tasks that need to be done as a fairy. And I'm not saying that in a mean or hateful way if you don't technically have that sense of self-love, because everyone has it somewhere inside. You just have to find it, you just have to practice it, and you just have to love. And I really strongly believe that everyone has that in their soul and in their body. I truly believe that everyone has the power to love themselves if they find it within themselves to do so. So that was my little inspirational, motivational quote of the day. And I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was short, and if you enjoyed this and would like to see more in depth of what a fairy would do in a day, please let me know in the comments below, and I will definitely be considering making a video like that. I just thought it was such a cool idea to do this video, and I know it was mostly stuff that you guys already know, but I do hope that you really did enjoy this video, and I hope that you guys are sticking with me while I'm posting more and more. And I love you guys, and as always, bye.